tonight's episode, Triangle of Terror.
Hey, did you know that you could help support our future projects and let everyone know you're a fan of what we do? Check out our print-on-demand store. We have a tab here on YouTube. When you click on it, you can choose from a bunch of different items. We have shirts and posters and coffee mugs. Click on the one you like. When you find the design you want to put on it, choose a color and a size if it's appropriate. And when you purchase these items, a portion goes to help fund our future projects. We really do appreciate your support. You get some cool stuff. When you get that stuff, post pictures here and on other platforms, and we'll hook you up next time you order from our Gear website store. Thank you for your support of gunwebsites.com.
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our Daily Gun Show. Coming to you live every weeknight at midnight Eastern or whatever time we feel like it. And we talk about guns for an hour. Except today I'm going to be setting up my stuff that I have to do because I fell asleep. And figured I'd had all this stuff set up when I fell asleep. I might as well run the show anyway. So I don't know if anybody will show up for a truly overnight show. It's the middle of the night everywhere right now. This is the way the Daily Gun Show would be if it was completely funded. Because then we'd be going live all night long. Alright, well, instead of being a regular show tonight, it'll be getting everything ready for the rest of the week. Live. A lot of fun that is, because I'm not going to screen share, because I'm doing tasks over here. But we'll see if anybody, like I say, actually shows up in the middle of the night. Let's see, let's create another one. Tried creating a stream over to LinkedIn yesterday, and it didn't work, so LinkedIn's still weird. I think I figured out that it wants my channel to have 150 connections, which channel has like 21 or something, so it'll be a long time before that happens. Let's see, what am I setting up? I'll be setting up oh, it looks like I even removed Patreon from my list. That was not intentional. Let's see, the first thing I'm going to set up is the SHOT Show. Oh, there's Gunmetal Guy hanging out. Good evening. Good morning, whatever it happens to be. Well, I guess, let's see. For you... Wait a minute, that's the other way. So, yeah, it's definitely morning for you. I don't know when your shift is. Actually, the last you said something about it, it was not good news, so hopefully everything's going good for that. Let's see, it's the 2023 SHOT Show, and then schedule that. Let's see what I got to do over here. Make up a thumbnail. So I've been using the online services to make thumbnails lately, opposed to a couple other options. One, you can just go into like an editor, like a Paint or a Photoshop or a GIMP or one of these other photo editors and edit a photo. There's also add-ons to the browser that'll connect with your YouTube and give you some thumbnail functionality, some ability to do thumbnails while you're in the YouTube screen. Actually, I've used those before, and they're not bad. They're quick. They just have limited tools because they're quick. And then now I'm using a website that allows you to do it.
And talking and typing is actually really stupid because now I can't think of what I'm trying to click on and look what I'm looking for and that kind of thing. I'm way too far down, so there it is. So now I can make a copy of the last one. Edit that copy. And then, yep, halfway there. So what are we calling this? Shot show. Show. Let's see. Before you go to so it'll say before you go to SHOT Show, then copy paste. Is that gonna work? Can you copy and paste it? You can. And then I'll write do this. So that turns into a draw for people. Probably not because you can't do anything. I don't know why you can't put a. No, you can't. Well, you can't. But you should be able to. What do you call it? Put a border. There we go. Around this words. Let's see. I was training a possible replacement. He's a no-show. Right on. I hear you, man. I wish I could just give you some easy-ass bullshit over the internet, but we all know that's not possible. But, you know, you got our support whatever way you go. But, yeah, man, that's a shitty situation. All right, so now we got the... Oh, I made that too big. All right, so now I got the template made, or what do you call this thing? Thumbnail made. Now I gotta back out of here. Then go download it, which is easy enough. So you fiddle with it on the website, figure out what you want done. Like wiggle the elements around, change their scale or their shape or something, and then add some words in that, and then go over, download it. Do I need this stuff? I'm going to close all that. Oh wait, I didn't all. But anyway, download it. Then you go to open it in the StreamYard thing as a thumbnail. Boom, there you go. Let's see, what are we going to talk about? So then I have to go find my notes. So open up a folder, look around, find out where I put the notes from the SHOT Show. SHOT Show chat. Nope. SHOT Show chat. There it is. We were going to talk about getting the most out of the after events. Gotcha. I'm not going to say this is going to be the most interesting show ever, but figured I'd recycle the live event. I don't know how long it's been sitting here. If I would have started it at 9:30 or 9, it's like a 4-hour show. You just had a 4-hour nap accidentally. It's a big deal. put all that in the content title? We'll see. Let's see. Put all this in there, why not? Put this in here for Clover's low plug. Thanks for jumping into the chat. Let people know where he's at, type of thing. All right. Joining us with this series is 2 words, and let's set that up for, dang, what time did he say? Oh, I think I know what time he said, so boom, boom, boom. Just double check, I guess. And that's killing me. I don't know what I did. Don't fall asleep when you got things going on, that's for sure. So let's see. Meeting won't go away. Noon. So 10, I think. All right. All right, there's another show ready to go. And then I think I will set up tomorrow's DGS. So tonight, whatever you want to call it, we're going to list every state's 2A issues on the ballot in 2023. Bring your gun laws to be included. All right. We will list all the current gun laws, good and bad, that will be on ballots this election cycle. Super hard to spell and type same time, so I'm not going to recommend that. All right, and then, oh, we need a thumbnail for that. Guess where we're going? Over to Canva. So the other thing about Canva that's so good is it's a browser, so you just can use it wherever. You don't have to have like software on a machine or something. So I guess that would be good if you had multiple computers. But additionally, you go over there and set something up, and now you're going to need something very similar to it, unless you deleted it, which I don't think there's any reason to. For some reason, they just let you have all the space you want. But, you can easily delete some, but keep, a pile. You can definitely have a pile. So you take one that you've already worked on, or you take a template. I made some templates, and I just start with my templates. But you just make a new one. Take that old one and make a template of it, or make a template and make a copy of it. Take an old one and make a copy of it. Then you adjust the copy save the copy as a new thing, and now you've got another one. So I'm looking for the Tuesday. You know what? I should just be searching for blanks. I gotta search for it. And then we got, come on, Monday, Thursday. What the heck? Oh, you know why? There's no Tuesday. So I usually do the license plates. Dang it. See? Took forever to figure out that something doesn't exist. All right, so make some new templates. No big deal. Take an old template. Oh, what I should have did was make a copy of the old template. Open the copy. Rename the copy to, well, I guess I don't know what episode it is. So what's this episode called? Oh, it doesn't say. Go find out what episode today is. New logo for a sticker. Oh, snap. So let's see. I figure I should have everybody from the overnight shows joining this show because it's also overnight. Once we start going live overnight like this, long format, we'll have things to talk about. It'll be like Revolver of the Day, Gun Shop of the Day, things like that. And that'll be things to talk about. Let's see. So then I'm seeing what episode number we're on. This should have been a Monday show, so I guess I don't know. So I have to go look at what last week was. Oh, those are shots. I got it now. So then this is 410. Dang it, we just did episode 410 and we didn't do nothing about it. I blame the interns for that. Stupid interns. So this should have been episode 411. 411. So that makes this 412 that we're typing in here. 412. All right. And then let's give it a color background. Well, I think at some point this throbbing pain will be the thing that ends the show. That sucks. Let's see, move this up. And then move that over, give it a color. What's a good color for a show about laws? What's a cowardly color? Send it back. All right, there we go. And then let's fade it out. All right, and then, oh, I'll write something on here. Looking around, I'm going to go into Canva and type in law and see what happens. So balances of justice, that's bullshit. So we're going to put in bill and see what happens. Right off the bat, you get a receipt. So what do you call a legal bill? Oh, that's probably just going to look like a receipt also, huh? Scales of justice, which is not what we're talking about. So, laws. How about laws? Got a gavel, a law book, and then some kind of thing that looks like a lawyer was doodling. Huh, that's interesting. So now I'm just scrolling through, looking for a bunch of pictures, looking at a bunch of pictures, seeing one that's good. Oh, this one's actually all right. Wish you could squish the pictures, though. Come on, Canva. Come on, man. I don't get enough free stuff out there. I don't get enough features out of this free service. Come on. You should get more features out of your free service for free. Oh, yeah. Put it like that. And then make this piss yellow. That's what they usually are. And then we'll make the writing. Oh, no. What happened to piss yellow? Go back to piss yellow. Oh, now it's weird color yellow. Oh, man, I lost my piss yellow color. It was a good piss yellow, too. Dang it. All right, and then... All right, I'll just save that, I guess. And then you download it. Canva's okay, but it can't do everything. So I download the Canva thing. It's like 3/4 of what I want. Maybe half. It's a good portion of it. It's got the consistency because I made it from a thing. I made it from a template. Or I took another one, I copied and pasted, made a copy, a clone, and I edited the clone. So I got a lot of the formatting I wanted. But now when I go over to the StreamYard and I go to upload the thumbnail, I will right-click on that thumbnail, and I will edit this picture that Canva gave me, and I will make it the size that I want it to be. So, or I'll make it all the pieces I want in it. Well, that's good. I just figured out a thing that I usually take 2 steps to do. I can do it here. So I just save myself a step for the rest of the time. Big accomplishment. So let's see. Listing every 2023 gun law for every state. And I guess I can put the for every state separate. Listing every that's what dumb way to say it. Listing every new gun law in 2022. Make that center justified. Oh snap, I got your stuff out of the thing. Is this a big secret about the stuff? Or is it just, I don't know what the deal is with that, because I couldn't remember if that was a big deal or not. Or if that was a big secret or not, I should say. So then now I will make this in a color that is this color maybe. Never used this color before. Oh no, I did this wrong. All right, so now I have to do it again. Listing. Oh, open this. I can do that. Listing every new gun law. That's the way to do it. Oh wait, yeah, in 20. All right, and then do this. Open that up bigger. Wiggle it. Fiddle it. Twist it. And then go like this. And then squish this over even more. It's like, I can't be squished that far. And then you're like, yeah, you can. Go like this. Then now you can squish that far. Except, yeah, I mean, you can do it, but you can't read it. So now we have to go back over here and squish it a little bit this way. Ruined it. I might have ruined it. Can happen. But guess what? Then you start all over and you learn not to squish it around like that anymore. This looks bad. Oh well, bad. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Oh, I could have made this smaller if I wasn't paying attention better. All right, well, so whatever. So then move this over. Oh, man. Well, that's being weird. So I got to pull this out and over like this. One of these. Give it one. Oh, that looks bad too. Dang it. Sometimes you wiggle something and then you're like, dang it, that looks pretty bad. And then you don't know how you wiggled it to unwiggle it, which is annoying also. Different way, but it's annoying. All right, now we're going to wiggle this over, and I might as well have just done it in a different software at this point. And now I can go click, click, put that part in, and make this green, because that'll look bad too. Every once in a while, you make your own stuff look shitty, and then that way your own thumbnails look better. Because people are looking at your stuff and they're like, oh, that's a horrible thumbnail. They must not be bad all the time, but they're bad that time. And then those other times, you get a free, well, it's not that bad, because you're setting it next to your other shitty one. You win. That's how you win, by sucking. Listing every new gun law for every state, and it's good enough. Like I say, if they were all winners, then you'd just be sitting around and having to count money all the time. That'd be boring. Save as. And this, and flip that over, put a thing on it. Do that, close that. Oh shit, I accidentally did a thing on the way out. Hopefully it doesn't ruin anything. Every once in a while you do something on the way out like that, you ruin everything. So the worst part is you flip something on the way out, you ruin everything, and then you go back the next time and you're like, why is everything ruined? So that's when I blame Pelosi. Here we go. Every new gun law, well, you can almost read it. So even though that combination of softwares that I use that are free, they're okay and they're free, they're not that good. But I could use Photoshop. I'm just not going to, I refuse to open up Photoshop or whatever just to make a thumbnail. Got to have some standards. So now we're going to go back over here and flip down to whatever, find the one, and click on, oh wait, no, I don't have anywhere to put that. Then put the, I don't have anywhere to put this either, I don't think. Making all this time making videos I don't even have slices for slots for. Put this over here, flip this down. Some shot in here. SHOT Show reviews. I'm going to take a click a couple of these. All right. Oh, what did I do? I did not label that one right. So go back over here, open it. Oh, really? I gotta edit both of them. So and then, yeah, I just do that place. Let's see. Uh-oh. No, that's weird. So when you do that, you go like this. Oh shit, wrong button. You go like this. Edit. Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, that's what happened. So do this. All right, that works. And then I gotta go down here. Same thing. Save. And now it's better. Getting the most out of After Events while it's SHOT Show. It's a 2003 SHOT Show show. Okay, now I can put this. Are you going to SHOT Show question into here? How far away? Oh, it's 7 hours till the show starts. I could probably go sleep again if I wanted to. Oh, yes. Every year I go. Why isn't this clicking? There. Yes, 2023 will be my first year. Who's all going SHOT Show? Who's their first year? And then No, but I want to go. That's for people that are like, I'd go, but I can't. And then there's the can't go, not interested because I hate SHOT Show and hate everything good. And then ask your community. There we go. Oh, nah, I didn't want to screen share because I'm basically, well, one, narrating it, and that's super fun. And then two, I was doing all kinds of boring stuff, but also super private. Super private. So let's see. I might change that if I don't do things that are whatever I was working on a second ago, or the other thing I was working on. Wasn't sure how long I was going to stay on either. Really just woke up and went, oh crap, I guess I fell asleep. I intended to stretch my back out. You know how it is. Like, oh, I'm going to stretch my back out. Just lay on this bed here, stretch my back out. It's no big deal. In order to stretch your back out, you got to lay horizontal. It's physics. Lay down. Puppy goes, oh, you're laying down. I'm going to jump up there. And then you got a fluffy puppy sitting next to you, who's also, starved for belly rubs or whatever. So now you're rubbing a belly and you're laying there stretching your back. And then it's 2 a.m. And then you're like, what the hell? So I don't blame the dog. I blame Nancy Pelosi for that. And then I was like, well, what am I going to do with this show? Just sitting here, not doing anything. And I went live. Oh, man. So what else do I got to put together here? So let's see. Today is Tuesday morning. It'll be that, and then it'll be that, and then it'll be that. I guess I could put that together, and then I could do that. Got something coming up for that. But, that's the question. Then there is that one. I ain't putting that one together yet. And then we got Saturday. I don't feel like putting that together. It's too early. So I guess the only thing I can put together is tomorrow's one. So I'm putting together tomorrow's one now. So what does that entail? I think I had, wait a minute. I got to think about this for a second. Don't rush me. I'm thinking about something. What the hell was I going to do? Oh, I had an idea. Dang, it was a good idea, too. First off, oh, no bingo this month. It's not a 5-week month. Warmed up leftover Chinese food, and I'm like, well, ideally this would be the actual edition, right? I guess it started a half an hour ago, according to the numbers. The official numbers, it started about a half an hour ago. So normally, if everything was working according to plan, the Daily Gun Show would start at midnight and run for like 3-4 hours every night. And then you'd have an hour worth of, like, let's get this stuff figured out, right? Let's work on it. And then maybe halfway through the show or an hour or something in, depending on how much effort you need to put in to get work done. Roll up your sleeves and get some work done. And then for the second half of the show, take like a break. Ideally, cartoons. Second Amendment cartoons. Not lame ones and not pandering political bullshit, but like actual cool Second Amendment cartoons. Those don't exist yet. They'll exist at some point. Just give me some time and money and we'll get them made. So then you play a couple of maybe, let's say 20 minutes worth of cool cartoons. And then, so that gives you time to have some stuff like strip cartoons that are single panel, that are 3-panel, 5-panel, those kind of things. I would say have a couple of them that are like Family Circus or Calvin and Hobbes that are just standalone, but they have consistent characters that everybody gets to know, but can be standalone, don't have necessarily a series, but then maybe some character arcs or some plot arcs throughout, right? But then a couple of comics that are small series, like your 5-panel stories that go on and on and on. A couple like that. And then just heavy metal for like most of it, or at least a chunk of it, at least half of it, heavy metal. Guest appearances, alt, and new, like whatever's cutting, whatever's the next is. And then that way you can play with different kind of techniques, and you can play with different kind of animations and different kind of stuff. So anyway, that's the break in the middle of the show. And then you go back to topics. So things, if you had a 4-hour show every night, we're talking about a gun shop every single day. So 360 something, or for me, is 2,000 gun shops everywhere. Wait, no, 200. However many weekdays there are. How many weekdays are there? 200 something. So that'd be 200 gun shops every day or every year. Probably an activist. And then you could have the activist just pop up on the screen, like be there. And then as people throughout the show do something maybe about the activist, do some kind of a thing where people show up and then reminisce about their awareness of that activist or something, or something they've done or accomplished or something like that, or that they represent, or, something like that. So that becomes a part of the show. And then that way people can go back to those shows and watch them from a different angle. Oh, I'm going to watch a thing about that activist. So now there's a 3-hour show where every time somebody jumps in, and maybe it's not just the activist, but, I want to make sure that the Second Amendment is focused on. But then that way, if a guest jumps in on that particular show, you ask them about that show's things. So 260 weekdays, right on. I'm going to just start saying 250. That way I give myself 10 days to slop around. But that's a lot of stuff. So with 250 options, that gives us time to really do some interesting stuff. And I think the way to do it, listening to Art Bell over time, is you create some established, I don't know what you call them, like routines, I guess, that become aspects of the show. Think of like Sesame Street. That's a better one. Everybody knows Sesame Street, I think. I mean, I don't know. I know old Sesame Street, let's say. But, the characters are the same. But I'm sure the people inside of them got pissed at each other and quit and died and, went to other jobs or got married or whatever happens. So the puppets are still there. But in the way that the puppets interact with each other kind of might evolve, but, it's established. And whoever's the puppeteer, they do what that puppet's role is in the thing. And like I say, every once in a while there's a new puppet. Every once in a while the puppets change their habits or something. But creating something like that, then the roles can be moved along, or the person in the role can be replaced, and that way we can all get old and die, and the stuff can still stick around. So the Art Bell show is still there, and Art Bell's gone. Doing something where everybody resets every night, I don't know. Is that too much to ask? Might be interesting though. It's a way to normalize guns, right? Every single night, long format, talk about guns. Printing 22 long rifle feed lips for a rubber band powered magazine. Well, that sounds interesting. A rubber band powered magazine. It won't last very long. If they could use rubber, they would. But rubber has what's that called? The resilience or whatever, like the rubber part of it. So if you're going to use a rubber band powered thing, you got some kind of a thing in there to keep moving the rubber band, to keep it tighter and tighter or something, or some sort of a fulcrum or lever or something, so that as the rubber band dies, it's not an issue. But that's an interesting concept. We used to develop teams and takeoff shows for local promotions, or just to give listeners more characters and program features. We used to develop teams and takeoff shows for local promotions. I don't know what that is in context to. Program patterns. Is that what you're saying as far as like things to do in the show? But yeah, I think that would be interesting to play around. Knowing that a show is going to be long format, and knowing that there's goals for the show instead of just to fill time, like Art Bell had nothing else to do. He was just trying to make time between commercials, I think. And eventually it became like, what new thing can I bring up? Or how can I keep people awake? And I don't want to keep people awake by getting them mad. I want them to I want to be able to solve stuff all night. So when they listen to it in the morning, people are like, oh, I can't wait to wake up and figure out what they solved last night, right? What got solved last night? That'd be a cool way to wake up. But anyway, the beginning of the show, I would want to do a first half hour of the show would be a whole different type of situation. Very much like a report, like a farm report, but a 2A report. Mainly so that like gun shops can turn it on, flip it on, and get a report. What's up for the day? What's important? What is good to know for that to be best for their customers, and then to create awareness, I guess, just to enable awareness, create the potential for awareness. Let's see, trying not to use springs. I hear that. What about like I don't know. But anyway, I like the idea. So I still like the mashup of a variety of program and news magazine. Like I say, I think the mix would be to have the useful part of it right at the beginning, and then potentially even record that 20-minute part on a 3-hour show, and then maybe every hour and a half or something, or whatever it works out, every hour you play, not every hour, it would be lame, but every once in a while play that first 20 minutes, and then at the end play that 20 minutes, but mainly so that the show starts out with useful, and then it becomes more knowledgeable, and then it becomes more entertainment. And if somebody really wants to just hear the entertainment, they can always just jump 22 hours into it or whatever if they're listening to the recording. Not really doing it for the playback as much as the creation of the harnessing the potential of the overnight. Is that what to say? So there's a lot of potential. I mean, think about it. Everybody takes this right now for granted, right? We're in the middle of the night when everybody else is sleeping. They're like, oh, I'm gonna just go sleep because I'm lazy or whatever. So they think that they go to sleep and Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus and Easter Bunny run around resetting everything, fixing everything, and making everything full, cleaning everything, and then making it all look like magic. So that when they come in the morning, they can just assume that that's what happens when Santa Claus blinks his eyes or wiggles his nose or whatever he does. So where people are already doing everything already during the night. So like big deal. So we'll just solve 2A. Like we're already doing that anyway. Like we'll just do that between the two other tasks we have to do while we're doing the main task we're doing, right? So, and the other thing is, how often did the night crew get things accomplished through collaboration where they never even talk to each other? Like, I'm just going to leave this here because I figured out if I leave it here, it helps that other guy. And then if he can do that, then he can leave it for her to be able to use it. And then that way, for the morning guy, it's already where it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So, we just throw 2A in there, fix it. So in the morning they go, oh, 2A? Oh yeah, that got fixed magically. Santa Claus wiggled his nose at it. But anyway, I think that, you build something that has some, built with the idea to be useful, and then stuff can get accomplished. People would want to listen to it in the morning because things happened overnight instead of, oh, there's another way to waste time or spin wheels or tread water. A lot of effort being done to tread water, right? Let's just swim somewhere every morning. It's like, oh, I can't wait to see where they got this morning. Where did they get, last night, I should say. Well, let's see. Listeners gather at the start of the program and just stop at bottom of the hour. Yeah, that's the thing. I imagine, just the way the world works, people would be probably jumping on at the tops of the hours more than likely. That's the broadcast paradigm. Yeah, I'm not trying to change nothing right off the bat. Once you, like Art Bell can do it every once after a while because he figured out how to own the night. But, and then he could do it however format he wanted. And everybody else is going to be like, well, I guess that's the night format from now on. Or since there never one was, I guess that's the night format. So once you get some establishment, what established, I guess, then you can start dinking with the pattern, right? Well, sleep is what you do when everybody else is sitting around jabbering about, I wonder how everything got clean. I wonder how they fixed this overnight. That's when you sleep. Because otherwise you got to listen to them wonder why everything happened. I don't like the shoemaker's elves thing. I feel like those elves don't have a choice. Sure, they like working on shoes or whatever, but they're being exploited. All right, so I'm setting up the thing for tomorrow, and I still can't remember what the heck I was going to do tomorrow. Oh, I think I did remember, and then I forgot. Oh yeah, I'm going to do this, even though it isn't exactly what I thought. I'm going to do it anyway. We're pitting patch panels against each other this week. It's the battle of the patch panels. Swear shop elves. I don't know what that is. All right, so let's see. Take a photo of your patch panel and win. There you go. Oh, I guess I could be saying what I'm typing here. But I'm having the hiccups, which is not making it easy. So post the photo of your patch panel, and we will vote on who wins the best patch panel of the month. Winner gets more patches. Come on. Why do I always have computers with a broken key? It's because I buy refurbished all the time. I guess worse things could go wrong with them. But it is annoying when I don't have a key that works. All right, so we're doing a battle of the patch panels on Wednesday. It's kind of a tactical quiz, but it's a tactical quiz challenge. So now I have to go make another Canva. Let's get Canva up in here. All right, let's see how you are, Canva. Open this up, click on this, do this, and flip over this, and we'll just bring Sharon. Wake up. Come in here. There we go. I'll hide behind her. She's kind of fat, so I hide behind her. Otherwise, can't see nothing. Let's see. So then go over to Canva. I don't know where to put it. Here. All right. This is a Wednesday one. So I got to go down here and look for a blank Wednesday one. Takes too long. Oh, there it is right there. Copy of tactical quiz blank. We'll just take that anyway. Make a copy. Go up and find that copy. And we got to go find out what number the tactical quiz is on. This was tactical quiz 408, so it'll be 513, 413. This will be 413. had a PC with a bunch of several broken keys and kept a saved notepad on the desktop to copy and paste about 5 keys. Kept going until I got a new PC. Now I've done that before. Yeah. You have to like copy and paste every time you need a 1. Yeah, I know what that's like. Alright, so then make this 413. I guess I should have said 413. Alright, get rid of these things from the last one, and then go up here. I have to stretch this because of stupid Canva. Stupid free software not being super convenient for me. And then get rid of the copy of. Now it's its own standalone thing. And now I got 3/4 of it done. Basically 3/4 done. So now I'm going to type in patch and see what it says over here. So go to Elements and type in patch again. Interesting. Oh, look, he actually puts patches in here. Crazy. Are any of them? And there's a patch. That's cool. Piece of leather. That one's pretty neat too. Just like a thing with sewing around the edges. All these ones with the thing on it though cost money, so I can't use them. So I'll keep scrolling. I could use this mushroom one. That one's free. Stupid balance. I'm not gonna. Let's see. Get this little patch thing looking there. They do have a bunch of different patches. It's kind of cool. I'm actually surprised they have so many patches. Oh, there's a nicotine patch. All right, well, a whole bunch of nicotine patches. That's kind of crazy, weird, actually. So then I'm going to type in patch panel. I won't know what that means, but I'm going to see what they can interpret it as. Oh, neat. This kind of patch panel. That'd be a whole other conversation. Fewer people would be able to keep up with that conversation. So, oh, there's a different kind of patch panel. Eye patch? Come on, man, really? All right, well, this isn't working. So I guess I got to go look for a picture. So I'll go over here. Where am I going to upload it from? That is the question. So someplace in here is my folder. Probably underneath. Oh, that's probably true. It's always going to be underneath of this stuff because it'll always be before I sorted everything. Or maybe that's not the way to think of it. Yeah, it's just been a while. No, I don't know where the hell that folder is. All right, I gotta go find a folder. Hold on. No. Come on. Why is this taking so long? So that's why I didn't bother to screen share, because a lot of it's just boring stuff like this, where I'm trying to find a folder amongst a million things that should be sorted into the folder so that I could find the folder easier. There it is. And then, gotta remember what the heck we're even looking for. Patches. Patches. There's a folder called patches. So there we got some patch panel action happening. It's all my patch panel, so that's the problem. Oh, I know what I'm using. This thing. So how can this thing be used? Let's see. Stretch it. Crop it. Look at that. That worked. Wish I could have edited the color a little bit. All right, so I can't quite get it where I want, but if I zoom in, usually the increments change, and then you can get it just where you want. Still can't quite, got it right where I want. And then if it was still fighting me, I would just zoom in a little bit more. That's close enough. So now it's up in front of everything. I can right click and send it backward. Send it backward again. And now it's just filling in the white area. That's fine. And now I'll fade it. There's nothing behind it but white. It'll just kind of become lighter and lighter and lighter color. Somewhere like that. To where it's, you can tell what it is, but you don't know what it is. And then nothing. Just go backwards. That saves it. And then eventually I can scroll down a little bit and tell it to download that. Come on. Tell it to download that. Oh, seriously, that's how it's going to be? You're not going to let me click on these little dots even though you show me little dots? There we go. Then download it. Download it again because they have to have two buttons for some reason. An interlude with dancing chimps or something? I don't know. I'm thinking the cartoons are an interlude, right? People aren't going to stick around for cartoons if they're working or something. But at the same time, they'll be long enough that people can go get stuff done or something or go do something. Most people on an overnight show are working, right? They're getting shit done. They're doing stuff. So it's not like a 9 p.m. show where people are going to, I'm going to go unwind and listen to this 4-hour long show. I'm thinking it's more like let's give people an option for a long format show that gets a lot of stuff accomplished. So I don't think those people are looking for like screwing around time. But at the same time, I understand having some breaks and some consistent segments. But yeah, I'm not looking to make like a talent show, I guess. Something like that, where it's like that, I don't think. I don't know. It's 4 hours long, but I really don't think I'd be all psyched about that myself personally. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. First, we got to get a show, I guess, before I just start deciding what segments are in the show. All right. So what was I doing? I was going to use that image for this thumbnail. So now that I've created it in Canva and downloaded it, it's just sitting there kind of half made right here. So we open it in some other software. Free Windows software. And first thing I do is grab this because Canva can't wiggle numbers for shit. But Windows can for whatever reason. So now there you go. I don't know why Canva can't figure out how to do that. Now the number's big enough. And now we're going to write stuff in words that Canva can't do. What happens if I paste? It does not help. Actually, that's kind of neat looking. So we're going to leave that there, being all weird looking. And yeah, just plain leave it there. And then wiggle it like this. Just a little of that wiggle. Just a little bit of that wiggle. Stick it right here and squish it. I've never done that before. Now let's see if it works. Maybe I'll change the color. Nope, definitely a bad idea. So now we'll change the color to something brighter. Bad idea. Green, bad idea. Orange, always a good idea. All right, and then write some other words, which I gotta go hork from your other stuff. So tell this to screw off. Grab this. All of that, I guess. And paste some of it. This much of it. This much of it. And I probably should have used a different font, so kill it. You wouldn't have to be killed if you were the right font in the first place, but you weren't, so there you go. So then we'll kill that again. Now pick a fat font. Skinny fonts suck. Grab a fat font. Goofy looking font. Nah, goofy fonts never work good, so fairly fat font. Oh man. So Canva's stupid. You gotta actually select the words you want to be changed the font on. There we go. And what color for this? What color for this. Let's try this color. See what happens. Oh, no, that's a bad color. A little bit darker. No. Okay, we'll use that. Make it a little bit bigger. Wiggle it. And that's how you get your darkness in there. And then you wiggle it back a little bit. Then squeeze it around. It's the contrast that creates effectively some shadow. I wonder if you can do shadow in here. Probably can. I just haven't ever figured it out. So now we take the other words out of that copy and paste. Show off your patch panels and win. Let's do it that way, and then center it. Make it fat. Oh, see, now we got to fiddle with it again. Show off your patch panels and win is separate. Make that separate, and now there we go. Probably have to make this just plain dark black or something. Dark gray, black, something like that. There we go. Click OK to make it a thing. Oh, you stupid. Dang it, after all that. So it's Windows. So, of course, it's programmed to go, oh, every once in a while, just fuck them. Every once in a while, just don't do exactly what they said to do. Show off your patch panels and there we go. All right, now it's set to 3D. Garbage, stupid software. So there we go. Last time it disabled the 3D part of it for some reason and gave me regular letters. And for whatever reason, even though you can wiggle your 3D letters all over the place, even later go back and change them again. With the 2D, they're like, oh no, you only ever want to change those once. You never want to ever change your mind with 2D letters. So as soon as they touch their 2D letters, never let them edit it. Oh, if it's a 3D letter, oh, they can edit it till next Tuesday. Who cares? So, stupid Microsoft. Back when I used to work for Microsoft, I would go up to Bill Gates and I'd push him around and be like, listen, man, did you make things better? And then he'd be like, you get out of here. You don't tell me how to run my Microsoft. And I was like, fine, I'll leave. I'm going to go do internet stuff. That's pretty much how it went down. They don't like to talk about it. I'm not supposed to talk about it because of the lawyers. That's pretty much how it went down. I don't like it like this. See, sometimes you stretch it around, see what it's going to be like, and then you go, I don't like it. I do like how this L is going on top of there. I'm leaving that, but I don't like the rest of it. So I moved it. Can never tell if it's going to work as a actual thing. So you just have to, at some point, go, done. Seeing if it works as an actual thing or not. Go to menu, save it, save this, and then save this, obviously, because it's stupid Microsoft and you have to click everything 100 times to get anything to do anything. Another reason I told Bill Gates when I told him. All right, guess what? Now I have to go find it again. But now it's finished-ish. Pretty much finished. All I got to do is fiddle with the tweaking. Just tweak the dinks a little bit. There we go. And give it the right time so it doesn't launch at 4:05 a.m., which would probably suck. It would suck for everybody who doesn't like being up at 4:05 a.m. in order to watch a game show. I really want a hot chocolate. Come on, man. What do you think this is? You ever take a hot chocolate and dunk an ice cream cone in it? That's what some people would do. Let's see. You're doing it right now. Perfect example. Patrolling, listening to your show. It's making it go by faster and more productive. Well, that's good. Uh-oh. What's up with this? I got an error shoving to Twitch for some reason. I got a Twitch error. It went away, so I don't know what that was all about. All right, now the fun begins. Now you go to your channel, and you go, all right, I just created this awesome new thing. Where is it? All right, it's down here. Now you open it, and then you go into edit. Oh, this isn't even a new thing. This is the other new thing. then edit it, and then once everything pops open, I've got browser extensions that are poking around in here. This is to a, wait, what channel is this? This is going to be Law, maybe? Firearms Law is done. Save. Channel. The one I'm looking for, though, is that tactical quiz. What happened to that tactical quiz? There it is. Patch panel battle. Show off your patch panels and win. So it's going to be something of a fashion show, something of a tactical battle, something of a popularity contest, and something of a the more patches you buy, the better you are, which is, normally how it is in life. A lot of times people don't like to admit it, but the ladies, they'll look at your patch panel and they'll judge your patch panel and go, is this someone I want to mate with? Let me look at their patch panel. And if they got a decent patch panel, they go, things get taken to business. But you got a bad patch panel, they're going to keep walking. They're going to keep looking for something that gives them the patch satisfaction that they're looking for. Let's see, tactical quiz, there we go. A lot of companies that do patches, that deal with patchery and patch culture, won't talk about patch satisfaction. They're scared to breach the topic of patch satisfaction. Those of us who can satisfy with patches are not as scared to bring up patch satisfaction. It's a real thing, and a lot of people don't get patch satisfaction from their patch panels. We're going to help change that tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, I guess. All right, so that'll be the 19th. So today's the 18th, and we got this show done. We got that show done. So in this 1 hour, not only did we chat about things, but also I got 3 whole shows set up. All right, we're going to have a poll about DJ's hot chocolate situation here. So first I got to find this show, which will probably be up at the top here. Oh, wait a minute. I can't do it over here. Oh, no, I can do it over here. Oh, this is broadcasting on the big channel. I thought this was just a little channel show. It's going to the big channel. A bunch of people are like, oh, look at Big Giant Channel's live. I'm going to go over there and be entertained. And they're like, what the hell is this? Let's see. Hot chocolate. What is your opinion? I like it just fine. That's for the first people. Then it'll be only with the marshmallows. Or it's just warm chocolate milk. And then, of course, for all the agents and narcs, they gotta have their own little hole over there, otherwise they ruin everything. All right, so what is your opinion of this hot chocolate? You're okay with it? Or you only eat it with the marshmallows, drink it, I guess, or it's just warm chocolate milk, or you're an agent of some sort, just getting paid overtime. What's the worst part is that the agents get paid overtime for this show because it's in the middle of the night, which I don't think is fair. Not for us, because we're the ones paying them. So it looks like at this point we have 100% of the vote for people that like hot chocolate. I mean, that's a thing. That's why hot chocolate exists, because some people do like drinking it. I'll drink hot chocolate, but almost always pour it into coffee because, come on, man, what the hell? Why would you just drink hot chocolate by itself? I mean, unless you're a baby. If you're a little baby, you're not allowed to drink coffee yet, then all right. Or I guess maybe if you're really old and you're not allowed to drink coffee anymore, all right, then fine. If you're critically elderly and you can't drink coffee because of some medical condition, then all right. Otherwise, Hot chocolate is perfectly good chocolate coffee waiting to have coffee put in it. I don't think anybody's allergic to coffee. That tells you a lot. You can be allergic to a lot of things. A bug can bite you and you become allergic to a lot of things. I've never heard of anybody allergic to coffee. All right, well, let's get back to work. Somebody's paying us to ask people's opinions of hot chocolate in the middle of the night. So far, we got 4 votes. And weirdly, in my opinion, only one person demands it to have marshmallows in it. Now, again, debatable whether or not hot chocolate should exist or should be allowed to exist. Do you really need hot chocolate? Really? But if you're going to eat hot chocolate, the only thing that hot chocolate exists for is to give an excuse to put marshmallows into something and drink them. So, come on. Whatever. You know somebody allergic to coffee. It's probably fake. I don't need proof of that. Anybody can just say that on the internet. Then probably this person isn't allergic to coffee, but they're looking for attention. So, do you think about maybe they're just looking for attention? I mean, that's okay. You're allowed to act like you hate coffee or you're allergic to coffee. But in reality, we all know everybody loves coffee. Come on. All right, so then let's see. We got today's SHOT Show. This week's SHOT Show. One of this week's SHOT shows. There's going to be more SHOT shows, of course. Then we've got the show about every gun law that's currently on the ballot. That'll be a participatory thing. So start figuring out what your 2A laws are on the ballot. Then we've got the patch panel battle, where we're going to make people's patch panels battle it out. It'll be pretty fun. It's kind of like slot car racing, but with patch panels. Oh, this is sad. This is the kind of thing that what would you do for somebody? A sister that's allergic to chocolate. Like, I know somebody who's allergic to something that's pretty damn good, and it's sad. You know, it's like, dang, man, it sucks. But there must be some reason for that. So I guess there's an advantage. There's a tactical advantage to everything. So I guess, you know, that the determination and grit you get from not being able to eat chocolate, right, probably makes you a really good person. So, man. All right, so then we got Thursday. I don't usually like putting up Thursday shows. Oh, wait. No, I can't put up Thursday because I'm trying to get somebody to do something on Thursday and they won't do it. So then we got Friday. And then, don't worry, I want to put up Saturday shows yet. So I think I might be done. I might be done doing this kind of thing because you can only do these kind of things so far. I only like doing them so far ahead of time because things change. World changes. Saying, I want this to be like this next week. Well, you got a lot of nerve saying how you want things to be next week. Now, let's say you're running an overnight show. Well, then you get a lot more opportunity to do things the way you want because nobody cares. So you can do whatever you want at night. All right. Well, at this point, I think we're wrapping it up. Probably time to acknowledge that this show did exist. But if we don't tell anybody, they'll think it happened at the right time. So now I can just quietly fold it up, put it in the stack, and everyone will just think, yeah, that show just happened at the normal time, and normal amount of people showed up. Perfectly normal. Nothing unique or different about this show. We shouldn't consider it any different. It should be considered a show, even though it was technically just doing some tasks out loud. It was still a show. All right, so I'd like to acknowledge all the people that were here to witness that it was a show earlier in the day that are no longer here. So there's a bunch of people that were here at the actual scheduled time. Welcome. Actually, I'm just saying hello to them while they're sleeping, because we all know they're sleeping, right? Come on, we all know it. And then we got Gunmetal Guy, who ain't sleeping. DJ doesn't sleep, I don't think. And then Baron also doesn't sleep during the time, at least. And then HIPAA something? Printing 22 feed lamps, or feed ramps, right on. When you say feed lips, are you talking you're just prototyping lips or the lips part of a magazine body? Let's see. Then we had anybody else showing up? CNT showed up. Good evening. Are you up cutting this late? You can't cut. It makes a lot of noise. I'm assuming you can only cut during the day. I get some sleep. I fell asleep. I was telling everybody, here's what happened. It's not my fault, right? Here's what happened. We're blaming Nancy Pelosi, but here's what really happened. My back was hurting because I was doing tons of stuff, back-breaking effort yesterday. So I was like, I'm just going to stretch my back out. So I laid down on the bed, stretch my back out, because you have to stretch your back out horizontally a lot of times. So I was laying, stretching out, and then my dog was like, oh, he's going to bed, so I'm going to jump up there. That's her nature. So when she jumped up there, being all fluffy and having a certain amount of belly rubbing that needs to happen every day, unless she whines and complains about it, I was rubbing her belly. And then next thing I know, it's 11 or 1 a.m. or whatever. So I was like, well, damn it, Nancy Pelosi got me. So I came in here and got some work done. Someone else designed the lips. Interesting. But I'm saying, are you just literally printing lips to prototype? Or is it the whole magazine body? And that was just the lips being printed at the time. Okay, so there goes Baron tapping out. We could do a thing where we do an overnight show, and the people that stay awake through the whole show win. And the people that fall asleep during the show, they didn't win. Let's just put it that way. We're not saying what they are. We're just saying that they didn't win because they fell asleep. They tapped out. And then what will happen is after months and months of doing an overnight show where everyone is through peer pressure and harassment is staying awake all the time, and then they can't stay awake, they can't sleep during the day, right? Because that's not, I don't think that's it's illegal, I think, at this point. So then we'd have a entire audience of zombies, late night zombie listeners. We could send those zombie listeners out on task, kind of like a flash mob, except a flash mob of zombie listeners. So they would just show up, and then what we could do is make them sleep places, like show up and go to sleep, and then they would show up and pass out. Be a whole different type of thing. I'm just throwing ideas out there. You don't have to go with every one of them. So you can use a good filament on the lips and cheat on the body. Interesting. Oh, I see what you're saying. They're a modular design. All right, well, you see that? What they're talking about right there, using a different material on the feed lips from the rest of the magazine body. When did you hear that in another show? One of them daytime shows. Here's what a daytime show. Here's how, let's say I was making a daytime show instead of all these nighttime shows. We already made 3 nighttime shows. Decently, right? Authentic nighttime shows that are going to be wholesome. Let's say I was a daytime content creator. In the daytime, what they'll do, first they get up whenever they feel like it because they sleep all night. They got nothing else to do. They sleep all night. And then they wake up and go, oh, yeah, the world's all reset. Everything's perfect. Like, that's the way that Santa Claus wiggles his nose or whatever. So now they wake up and they go, I desperately need to make more money, right? I have to have more money. So they go, how can I figure out how to do that? And then they just make whatever garbage and filth, and then they put that on the internet, and it's bad. So, anyway, so then they're never gonna talk about interesting things like the development of multiple materials in a magazine body for the ability to keep durability or whatever, strength, whatever the characteristics are you need of that material in the lips, while using a less important, less costly, less time invasive, probably, material for the rest. It's super interesting. There might be a couple of industry chats that happen during the day, but nobody's watching them. But, it's super neat. Not world domination, but how do we manipulate the world into having 2A? So let's say we get a bunch of these zombie listeners. We're not going to use them for ill. We're going to use them. Let's say that they go in and rearrange all this stuff. So then in the morning, they're like, oh, wait, we thought that the laws are this way, but evidently they're not that way. Just saying, let's say we're going to change the laws. We're just going to erase a bunch of stupid laws. Go in the middle of the night, zombie listeners with erasers, erasing bad laws. No big deal. We're going to know. Plus, in the morning, everybody forgets what happened last night anyway. So they're like, What, I thought we had a bunch of bad gun laws. Well, I guess we don't. I guess we'll just have to go on with our lives without bad gun laws. That might be how it works. It's not world domination as much as a world with belt-fed, tripod-mounted, full autos that we get to mag dump. Well, you guess you can't mag dump a full auto. Or I mean a mag dump a belt-fed. So you can belt dump. Is that a thing? Belt dumping a thing? We're gonna make belt dumping a thing. Let's see. So anyway, yeah, are you, when you run that cutter, that thing makes a bunch of noise, I'm assuming? You have a water cutter? Back when I was still farting around, I really wanted to take a pressure washer and then buy the water cutter nozzle and put it on the end of a pressure washer and then make a belt, or basically effectively like a belt saw, or wait, band saw. Except out of water. Oh, plasma, that's different. So plasma on a robot? So it's like a plasma cutter that you would have in your hand, except on the end you give it to a robot, and then the robot makes it all precise or whatever. That definitely makes noise then, I'm guessing. So that's plasma is sending, it's on fire, or is it an arc? So it sends gases around the metal so that the flame can get hotter than it would normally get in oxygen. And then it starts to get that metal so hot that it is just molten, and then another blast of air blows the molten metal away. Is that what's happening? And so it heats it up and then blows the metal away? Like blows it down into the ground or something? Do they have, I would call it a planer. So you take like a piece of wood and you get it all kind of flat and then you shove it through a planer and then it comes out flat on one side and then you flip it around and you plane it on the other side. Now it's flat on both sides. Do they do that for metal? Do they have like sanders you can shove it through? Or is that too, probably might be too difficult to sand metal that way, I would bet, unless it's, well, I don't know. Because it would also hold the sander right there too. So, just wondering how you do the edges of that. Plasma is an electric arc. Okay, it uses air to blow the molten. Okay, so it's just like an arc welder with the air blaster on there, and it's just arc welding it up until it's molten, and then neat. Yeah, that would be fun. I've only done, not with an arc welder, with a regular acetylene welder. I guess an acetylene torch. I guess I've seen people do it. I haven't really done it that much. I mean, I've done it, but like for a minute. I've never done it for a living or anything. But anyway, super neat. And I can't imagine how cool it would be to have a robot telling it what to do or whatever. I have a robot, but my robot can only cut plastic and metal. Well, I guess it can cut metal, but it can't, it's not doing anything like that through thick metal. It's like cutting stop sign kind of metal. I think. I've never done it. Let's see. So with that, I guess we'll wrap it up. I don't really have any more shows to set up, and I do have other things to do, but not stuff I'm going to sit here narrating in the middle of the night. So I also got to figure out what I'm going to do here. I think I got 7 hours till the next show, so I didn't really sleep as much as fell asleep for a while, and certain parts of me are freaking hurting, so I need to figure out how to address everything that needs to be addressed. I'm sure there's a puppy who's in some sort of pissed offness. Either I haven't fed her fast enough, or she didn't get enough belly rubbins, or she's got to go outside, something, because you mess up a schedule. That means, you don't think about this, but you mess up your schedule, you're messing up some puppy schedule as well. No matter what's going on, you're probably messing up some puppy schedule. And while they aren't going to complain about it, they don't know how to complain about it. They probably would complain about it if they could. All right. Well, with that, I guess we'll wrap it up. Sorry to leave everybody hanging. Let's talk about the vote, the hot chocolate vote. That's really the debate most people tonight are talking about. That's what they'll be talking about in the morning. Here's the other thing. When we do an overnight show, just like a regular overnight gig, right? You get there, it's trashed. Like, dang it, really? Seriously? You got to start cleaning everything up. So you start blah, blah, you get everything all cleaned up, pick up everybody's trash, basically. Then you figure out what they broke. So now you got to start fixing stuff. Then, shift's half over, maybe more than that. So now it's like, where am I going to find this chair? Like, asshole ruined the chair and I can't fix it. So now I got to find another chair and like, blah, blah, you got to fart around. So it's like you got to replace all this stuff. When they wake up in the morning, they're like, oh, there's a mint on the pillow or whatever. Oh, everything just happens, right? So same kind of thing here with this show. We do an overnight show when maybe, I don't think the end of it. That's the problem. When you start the show, you're like, oh man, it's a mess. They ruined everything during the day. So then you have to do all the work and finish. And then at the end, you can go, here's a nice little tidy summary of it. So maybe the idea is to take the summary from show 1 and start show 2 with that summary. That's interesting. All right. Well, so anyway, looking at the poll, 60% of the pollees, the people who polled, said they like hot chocolate just fine. So in the morning, when everybody wakes up and looks to the poll over at the Daily Gun Show channel, they're going to say, what did the movers and shakers over at the Daily Gun Show come up with as the actual solution to the problem of hot chocolate? And they're going to go, looks like it's been solved. Hot chocolate is liked just fine by most people. But they're also going to know, because of our data collecting ability over here, they're also going to know that 20% of people would only even consider hot chocolate if it had marshmallows in it. That's the kind of data that other shows aren't going to provide. They're not going to elicit, they're not going to calculate, and then offer. Oh yeah, you're moving and shaking. Probably. I mean, I'm just assuming the shaking part, but I'm almost positive you're moving. All right. Well, anyway, like I say, so there's the thing. All I got to do is count a bunch of people into being a Patreon of this channel, and then we're up all night long doing this chat every night. We'll keep working on it, and then eventually we'll have an overnight show that lasts for hours long. Here's the thing. An hour-long radio show in a decent time zone is a morning show for metric time zones. Nobody ever thinks about it that way because nobody's done an overnight show before. Tony's saying it has no caffeine, so it just takes up space. Oh, you're talking about hot chocolate. I know that's an opinion people have. Here's the thing. Hot chocolate has chocolate in it, and chocolate has caffeine in it. So if it's a real hot chocolate, then it should have caffeine in it. And I don't know if it's as much as coffee, but, in a significant amount. I know you can eat a chocolate bar and then have trouble sleeping. Some people have had lots of trouble sleeping after eating chocolate. All right, well, we're also going to have a number of yawns rule, I suppose, because some people don't like to hear other people yawn on the radio or on the podcasting or whatever this is. So we'll use that as an indicator. Plus, it's an hour and a half. That's effectively a show. I can, again, act like I did this at the normal time, and everybody will just think this show happened at the normal time. Sure, 8 people will know what really happened, but 8,000 people will never know. All right, with that being said, I will end this one. Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening. Normally, it starts at midnight Eastern. Thanks to the Patreons, people that support what we do by throwing us a cup of coffee or a cup of hot chocolate, maybe, once a month. That accumulates. It lets us do what we're doing without a bunch of ads or trying to get you to buy something or worry about something that you could be worrying about something else. All right, and the show is right now about an hour or something. I know how much time it takes to accomplish what we're trying to do that night. And our goal is to do an overnight show, a long format overnight show. So if you're up in the middle of the night, this is the target audience. But like I said, really, the goal of the show isn't just to take up time or to entertain. That should be a consequence or an after effect of the show. the goal would be to accomplish some things with a show every single weeknight. I think Baron came up with 250, 200, something like that, 200 something days. That gives us I think it was 260, right? So it gives us 250 slots. I'd like to spend Mondays encouraging activism, people to value their voice, be part of what this is, the community, the industry, what it is. It's 2022. We have tools and technology. We have awareness. We have important things to accomplish, and we have abilities that we've never had before. So on Mondays, we talk about that. Right now, I try to interview people whenever I'm able, but doing a night show, it has to be somebody who's willing to be up at night. Now, I accommodate when possible to interview people during the day when they can't stay up at night. But the idea would be to have that inspiration, that motivation, that education, and that collaboration on Mondays. Tuesdays is 2A, devoted to 2A. So right now we look at a state each week, we look at an organization each week, and we look at an activist each week. With a longer format show, we'd have time to dig into even more 2A stuff. Wednesdays we have fun. We look at pop culture, guns in society and community, or not community, guns in our culture and in our society, in our language and in our movies and music and stuff like that. We also have the tactical quiz, obviously, with a long format show on Wednesdays. That would probably be a lot of fun. Thursdays we talk about travel and training. So on a long format show, in addition to the one or the other that we do right now on Thursdays, we could dive into both. I've been traveling 2 gun locations since 2012, 60,000 miles, 39 states, 200 gun shops, 30 plus museums. Can't wait to make it 33 plus because I got 2 more in mind. For the next trip, whenever I can get out of Arizona, I'll be booking right to these other 2 gun museums. Of course, we've been to factory tours and gun shops and shooting ranges. So we'll talk about that kind of stuff, feature those kind of things. But then training. There's lots of interesting firearms training out there that I've attended or that I've experienced or that I'm aware of. But then there's tons more. Every single facet of anything, there's people that do it. There's people that are encouraging others to do it. And that becomes training, right? And then established over time becomes definitely be training. That becomes training. So lots and lots of ways to talk about training superficially. Most people roll their eyes because they think of something specifically, 1 or 2 things, when in reality, training is just sharing. It's just awareness, and people who take the time to offer information about a specific thing that they're interested in, and then others taking the time to appreciate that. So we could talk a lot about the industry and the depth of it on Thursdays. And then Friday is the industry, literally the industry. That's the day I like to talk about the thing that is the structure, the skeleton, the blood, the circulatory system, I guess, the guts, all the pieces that make what we do possible. By creating the thing, by innovating the thing, by complying with the bullshit, they do all the stuff that has to be done. And again, just like the night crews, they get taken for granted. The industry owes us, the world owes us because technology exists, and because we know that guns exist. There should just be guns. Well, that doesn't just happen. It's foolish. So focusing on that and talking about it. I would do just that probably, but the 2A stuff's super important and nobody else is willing to really dig into it. So I'm willing to do the 2A stuff also, but the industry stuff is where I really dig, the inventions, the stuff that was accidents, the stuff that was deliberate, the heroes and the villains. There's a lot of neat stuff there. And I just like it. I'm a nerd or whatever, but I think there's a lot of analogies to that in the rest of the world. This show tonight was supposed to be why be a 2A activist, and we'll still do that show. But being a 2A activist, I thought I was going to be able to do this over on LinkedIn for the first time. So my goal was to do a show on why someone would want to be a 2A activist. Some people, I'm sure, care so much about their guns that that's their drive. But I suspect from most people I talk to, once you get that interest and you put any time towards it, what you find out is that the individual right to own firearms is the individual right. And a bunch of people with individual rights who can live in harmony is liberty. So gun ownership is individual freedom and liberty. And that is tough for some people to get once you've kind of worked with it for a while. I can't say, I don't want to speak for people, but I feel like that once you've worked for a bit, you get that understanding, and everyone experiences it a different way and might verbalize it a different way. But once you understand that what you're fighting for isn't the object, but the world in which people are not afraid of what objects other people hold, that is a fun place to be. And that's a great perspective to have. So being an activist, getting people to that awareness, to that discovery, whatever that's called, that insight, there's value there. And whether or not you choose to then pursue ownership of a bunch of firearms, or you're content with a single firearm, or if you know none, but you're just a champion for that, whatever that like right, or like we use that word, but that that keeping the other people away from the person's rights, right? That's what it's all about. That is pretty fun. So that part of activism is pretty neat. All right, so with that, we're going to end this one. So like I say, thanks to the Patreons, thanks to the people that are joining us for the night shift. And we're working on, I won't jinx nothing, we're working on having it be an all-night show. So with that, we'll end the poll over here. Hot chocolate people, you're all right. You can do exist with your hot chocolate or whatever. I'm going to suggest you pour a little coffee in there, make your world a little bit happier. I'm not going to say you're going to smile, but you're probably going to smile when you pour some coffee in there. Okay. Right on. Well, I'll develop that more. It's one of those things that I take for granted too often. I can see it in people, and when I usually can tell that it's in there, or at least I figure it's in there when you can kind of tell when people aren't fighting for the gun anymore, when they're fighting for the rights now, and that, you know what I mean? And you can kind of tell from what they say too, when they forget that, oh yeah, we're fighting about guns here. Like when you realize what they're fighting for is the individual, not the whatever. We'll get into it again. But the idea is to then create an environment where we can have these discussions, and then the result of having the discussions is the evolution of the discussion. And typically the evolution of the discussion is the simplification of the concepts, right? The focusing of the message. So that's awesome. Thanks for that, Gunmetal Guy. Thanks, DJ. Thanks to Artisan Tony. Thanks to C&T Designs and Arms. Hippa here. I don't know how to say it. Hippa something. And Baron sleeping. I think that's everybody. That's the night shift for tonight. Oh, Bajorn was out there for a bit. And Jacob, very early, probably sleeping. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We will be back to pick you up later.
Tonight's episode, That Was No Lady.
Oh, there's new posters coming.
Hey, did you know that you could help support our future projects and let everyone know you're a fan of what we do? Check out our print-on-demand store. We have a tab here on YouTube. When you click on it, you can choose from a bunch of different items we have, shirts and posters and coffee mugs. Click on the one you like. When you find the design you want to put on it, choose a color and a size if it's appropriate. And when you purchase these items, a portion goes to help fund our future projects. We really do appreciate your support. You get some cool stuff. When you get that stuff, post pictures here and on other platforms, and we'll hook you up next time you order from our Gear website store. Thank you for your support of gunwebsites.com.
Tonight's episode, photo finish.
So let us know what you think. We'll be watching the comments wherever you find the video, over on gunstreamer.com or on guntube.org.
Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourages you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.